Hello everybody, this is Maniac for Bricks, and I'm here today with set number 4605, Fire Response SUV. This is a Jack Stone set from 2001, has 28 pieces, 2 minifigures, and originally retailed for about $9.99, or $10. Now, if you're not familiar with Jack Stone, I'm not sure if I reviewed it before, but Jack Stone was a junior type theme from 2001, and some of the, a little bit later than that too, with 4+. This was a type of building system that involved Lego system pieces that were made simpler for younger kids to build with. So the intent of this set and some others that I might have for reviewing is supposed to be that it's a simpler way to build the sets. I don't have the instructions with me, but I know that it's a small pull-out of instructions. It shows you basically one picture for putting all the parts together, because it shows you in segments on the one image where everything goes onto the main vehicle, as well as what goes inside of the main vehicle of the set. It also shows you a small comic, usually, of what the vehicle does, and for this case, it would be a firefighter and Jack Stone in action putting out a fire. They also show you generally the other sets in the Jack Stone theme with the instructions. So we'll take a closer look at the minifigures now. The first minifigure we have in this set is Jack Stone with his gray and blue outfit. It's not the typical outfit that he wears, but it is something he can use. It is one of his several variations. He is only available in this variation in 3 sets. The other 2 are 4607, the Copter Transport, and 4622, the Rescue Digger. So, as we look at Jack Stone, I'll explain a little bit about him. He's typically the hero of the theme. He has all of his printing on him. He's actually entirely made of one piece, so you can't separate the arms or the head or any other parts from him. But the parts are able to move so that you can make him walk around, you can make him pick up things, and he has the same clip function as minifigures in terms of the hand size. So it kind of makes you wonder, who's actually more proportional. You can also still move his head around. His legs can move, but they don't bend at the knees. You can move the arms around. Basically, your same articulation as a minifigure. But he is actually taller and one piece. There's a look at him compared to a regular minifigure, or my sig fig. And you can see there's a couple differences, He also has a lot more printing on his legs, even in the sections right where the hinges are for the legs to move. And even his shoes. His shoes are even printed on the figure. Now, Jack Stone is just, I mentioned before, he was a hero of the theme. He's a main character. Basically, he helps around with police, fire departments, emergency squads. He's doing everything. But, because he has a creative way of taking apart some of the vehicles and other things that are around him to make something that will solve a problem. That's the thing you'll notice with the comics in each of the Jack Stone sets. They take the model apart, rearrange it into something else, encouraging, that there's more to Lego than just the initial set. And, they can build something else that can make more fun and, in the case of the comics, solving a problem. So here we have the second minifigure of the set. He's just a fireman, doesn't have a specific name. It just says fireman with hat number 7. And doesn't really make sense because there aren't 7 firemen in the Jack Stone sets. There's only maybe 2, maybe 3. I'm not really sure if these are actually called minifigures, because I know with friends they call them mini dolls. And this isn't what you think of when you say the word minifigure, so let me know if there is a different way of naming these Jack Stone type figures than minifigure. We'll put a regular minifigure next to him in comparison, and I got a fireman, so it makes it a little more interesting. You can see a lot of torso printing and leg printing on the Jack Stone Fireman. He basically has a few colors to his outfit. And the same form of articulation, since most of the figures are made the same way. So the legs can move, the arms can move. I'll even take the axe from this figure, and I can put it in the hand of this figure. So, like I said, the hands are pretty much the same in terms of clip function. And his head also moves, but nothing, that I didn't already tell you before about the articulation and style of these figures. If you noticed, there is printing even on where it's hinged for the legs, so it does move with the figure. It looks nice if you have it just like this, but when you have to move it somewhere else, I don't know, not really great looking. And if you notice, the number 7 is not only on his hat, but it's also on his torso right there, as if it's like a name tag. So here we have the Fire Response SUV, and it's mainly designed to be a one-person vehicle, but there are ways you could fit the second person on there if you really wanted to. I'll just move Jack Stone so we can take a look at it from different angles. And this is a 6-wheeled vehicle. That's pretty tough for an SUV. It doesn't have a lot of detail to it, except for some of the more special pieces for Jack Stone type sets, such as this large cockpit, some of these accent pieces on the sides in between the wheels. They are printed. All these pieces are printed. None of them are stickers. You even have some of these door pieces in the back. And, that would be one way if you try to fit the Jack Stone in there. You just kind of cram him in this side. Almost. I think this is mainly supposed to be some kind of water tank or the main engine or something of the vehicle. But obviously you can play with it to be different things. The second idea I thought of for fitting Jack Stone in here, this actually would work. You just fit him in upside down. He's nice and snug in there because they don't have any room for seats. These Jack Stone figures fit on a 2x3 surface, whereas your standard minifigures fit on a 2x2 surface. So technically, I could fit a bunch of my minifigures inside of here easier than I could fit a Jack Stone minifigure. They have a steering wheel in here, which is a steering wheel that we still use nowadays. And the console for it, we don't use. And the main function of the set, as I already showed, these sides open up, and you can also unwind this fire hose. I think it got stuck. There we go. And you can put out fires with it. They don't actually give you anything to put out, though. So, Jack Stone's just running around with a water gun, essentially. I think one of the nicest parts of this set, I know some people aren't a fan of Jack Stone, but one of the nicer parts of this set, which you could probably get in other ones, is the 2x2 cylinder brick on top. It's pretty nice to get in trans blue. I always like that kind of piece. But when I was younger, I thought this was a pretty cool looking set, and I thought Jack Stone was a good idea, because it just had a unique way of building sets that wasn't like your regular Lego sets of the time. 2001, I was about 6 years old, so it seemed like the right age range for me to be playing with this set. Like, I was still building a lot with Lego sets, but I could still build in like a smaller basis. It would be easier to build, but still make something really cool. So this would be something, again, would be better for younger audiences than your advanced builders of nowadays. Even younger kids could be really good at building, so I don't want to dismiss that. So it's an interesting set and from an interesting time. So thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time with more Lego set reviews. Just make sure that you get away from Jack Stone before he squirts you with water. I don't mean to be a copycat of Brickstar, but I thought I'd do it in favor of him. But what's a fire set without a fish? You'll have to see his channel for the reference. Basically, it had to do with the Fire Chief car from 2012, maybe 2013. But check that review out, and check out Brickstar.